I am the rocket man they talk about. I jump from star to star, I walk it out.
Hey guys, my name is Shibby2142 and today we're playing some Smite. Right now this is in beta and this is a third-person MOBA, which is Massive Online Battle Arena. So it's kind of like League, Dota, World of Warcraft when you can do the Battle Arena and also Heroes of Newerth. So those are the games that this reminds me of, but I also like the third person. That's really what makes a difference. And the keys to actually move is WASD. Being mostly an FPS guy, you guys know that. That suits me. Like, I'm not really interested in playing League where I have to click, click, click everywhere. Yes, I play Diablo, but that's kind of a different story. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying League is bad or anything like that. The community is huge and it's pretty crazy. I just feel more comfortable playing this game and it feels a little more action-oriented, which I do enjoy. So the character I'm playing here is called HADES. He's the king of the underworld. I really do enjoy him. He was my first character I unlocked with the favor, which you get basically enough at level 5 and level 10. Something like that, or you can buy gems because this game is free to play, it's supposed to be. And what happened there on that Basset, which is the cat, I think I played that pretty well where I used my one ability called Death from Below, which I go underground and then pop up, and it does some damage, you know, whatever, that's cool. But what it does, it applies my passive, which is called Blight. And Blight really helps me out because it makes my other abilities do more. I then feared her, which makes her go all crazy if she has Blight on her, or also slows, I believe. And then I think I hit her again and then did my ultimate. So that's pretty much GG. And I could explain what every move did. I mean, I guess I can kind of talk about it a little bit. I mean, I'm assuming you guys don't really know anything of what I'm talking about. So if you are a Smite player, I'm sorry. But we're going to keep it kind of basic for my first few Smite videos because I really do enjoy this game. I think it's going to be pretty good if Hi-Rez, the studios that are making this game, if they support it. I really do believe it could be special and take off. So I'm assuming, once again, you guys have no freaking idea what I'm doing in this gameplay, so I'm going to try my best and break it down for you. Each character has their own kit, and you get 3 abilities plus an ultimate ability and also a passive. So as you see at the bottom of my screen, that is basically the HUD, or the heads-up display, at least the important parts. Obviously your team top left and the minimap top right. Those are also good, but knowing how much mana, how much health, and your abilities, if the cooldowns are up or not. So if you're completely new to this game, probably the bottom of the screen is where you want to kind of pay attention to what I'm talking about. Minimap, of course, super important. Everything, once again, is important, but let's stick to the bottom for now. Alright, so my abilities, the one is Death from Below, where I go underground, pop up, do damage. If the enemy is blighted, which once again is my passive when I'm doing my auto attack, well, it's not really an auto attack, but my mouse 1, which is my skill shot, everything in this game is a skill shot, that's why I really like it, it applies blight. It doesn't really do any damage, it just sits on them for 5 seconds, and I can reapply it, it'll refresh. So the one ability is really cool because it goes and applies the blight, which then I can then chain into my other abilities, which take extra blight and turn it into something more the ability does. Say, if I'm playing TF2, and I shoot a guy with a rocket, it does so much damage, right? Let's say I shoot him with the shotgun, which applies some kind of status effect on them, doesn't really do anything yet, and then I shoot him with the rocket, because he had that shotgun passive on him, because I hit him, then that rocket will do some kind of extra ability, or not ability, but some kind of status effect, either slow, fear, silence, something like that. So my 2 ability is called Shroud of Darkness, which Hades silences all enemies in a cone in front of him for so many seconds. It depends when you level up, blah, blah, blah. If they have that passive on them, that blight, once again, that's what it's called, it also fears them, which is pretty powerful because it can be used either offensively or to save your teammates if they're running back at you. You apply the fear, they run all crazy in a random direction, can't use any abilities. It's really quite good. So Hades isn't quite like in your face, gonna get a ton of kills, all that kind of stuff. He's more of a initiator. Like, he's really, really awesome for initiating team fights where you go in with your one ability, pop up from the ground, it applies blight, then you can just get crazy. Because if the enemies do not have the beads of purification or purification beads, his ultimate, which we'll get to soon, is just so good. So next, Hades' 3 ability called Devour Souls is Hades devours all the souls of his enemies in a radius in front of him, doing some magical damage, and if the enemy is blighted, once again that passive, the enemy then explodes up for 20 damage to nearby enemies and heals your allies within 20 feet of the exploding target, and then it consumes the blight. So you can't just keep stacking your passive, you have to reapply it somehow. That's really good for laning because you can then heal your minions, and also your teammates. So it's really quite good. I mean, Hades is an initiator, like I just said. He's also kind of tanky, and he's also supportive. Once again, he's not going to be the guy running through the jungle, killing the whole enemy team. It's not really how you're supposed to play him or could play him. I mean, I guess if you bought a bunch of offensive items, maybe, but not realistically. For Hades' ultimate, which is the 4 ability, you can start putting points into that at level 5. It is called the Pillar of Ownage, at least that's what I like to call it. Hades calls to all enemy souls nearby, pulling them closer to him over time. So it's kind of like a reverse fear, doing a whole bunch of magical damage, that's fine, for every couple seconds for 4 seconds, gaining additional protection to all damage. So that's pretty cool, where when you do it, you actually are more protected. So that's pretty nice, so you don't just get ganked right away. If the enemy is blighted, this is the cool part, the protections of those enemies is then reduced. So it's really quite good. So what I do is I go in there, do my thing, start my ultimate, everyone gets pulled to me, at least they're in the radius. If they don't use their purification beads, then it's pretty much GG. And then whoever I'm with, usually you don't do it solo, then your team will just own them. Back to the gameplay, sort of an interesting double kill. I wasn't expecting to kill the monkey on that second one, but what it is. So now we have to push their last tower. We will take it down. The idea is to let your minions run in the tower radius so they get shot first and then you can help. I could tank a tower, I guess, because Hades is probably the most tanky on our team. Actually, maybe not, because we have Vamana, which is the baby who we're playing with, and spoilers, I might have a video of him coming soon as well. So he's also a pretty fun character. For some reason, I didn't want to go in my Ra's heal aura. I don't know, it's kind of weird, not really sure. Just whenever I see an aura, I just get scared. So not the tornado, but the one before that. We decided to run back because I didn't really know. I thought they're all going to respawn. You can hold tab and check it. And then the enemy team pulls the unexpected, where I guess 2 of their guys rage quit after we killed them in the middle. They surrender, and their Minotaur, which is the end goal to kill him, which is not that hard if you kill a couple Phoenixes, it's over. So yeah, they just gave up and we win. There we go. And that's basically the video for now, guys. That was some Hades gameplay on Smite. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, because once again, that really does help me out, being honest. And if you haven't subscribed yet, that would be cool if you did. Just hit the button right up top or in the video description, and hopefully that will help you see me next time.